What's up, Team Jellyfish? Or if you're not Team Jellyfish yet, you will be. We would love to keep you. So let's have some fun here. We're learning the language of music. We're talking about the circle of fifths, also known as the chord wheel. But I need you to have real-world context. Like, how do you apply this? So I'm going to hop on the guitar, and I'm going to show you a little exercise I think you should give a shot. Because let's go to this page here real quick. You see, we're going to be in the key of B today, B major. I wrote out the B major scale. I'm going to show you how to build triads from the major scale. And this is important because at the end, I'm going to link a brand new playlist. I'm building out how to understand all the major and minor triads on the 4 string sets. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to mark this chart up. You promised me this. You're going to like the video so we can share it if you think it's good. And you're going to drop comments. I need interaction. The whole reason I started this YouTube channel is to have interaction with all of you. So if you're confused, you have questions, help each other, answer each other's questions. So here we go. So look in the top right. We're going to mark this bad boy up, key of B. Now, if you notice, we have 4 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. One of the takeaways you need to know is there's actually 5 sharps in the B major. So we need to add a sharp, and that sharp is A sharp. Now, I'm going to tie this all together, as I like to say, connecting the dots. It's all about connecting the dots and having aha moments. So think of this little dot in the world of swimming in the sea of guitars or jellyfish as the key of B, B major. All right, so week 1, if you look at the wheel, at the circle, at 12 o'clock, I'm going to kind of highlight here. We started in the key of C, and then we moved from C to G. That is a perfect fifth. That's why they call this the circle of fifths. Then G to D, that's a perfect fifth. Then D to A, perfect fifth. A to E, perfect fifth. You just got to memorize a lot of stuff. Then we went E to B, perfect fifth. So we're in the key of B this week. This is our little key. This is our main key right here. We're in the key of B. We are going to go from B to F sharp. So what does that mean? Well, as we move around the wheel, that means B to F sharp is what we call a perfect fifth interval. So remember this, an interval is the distance between 2 notes. So grab your instrument, your guitar. You can, if you learn theory, you can teach yourself any instrument. That's the cool part about this. But if you take 2 notes, there is an interval there. See if you can figure it out. See if you can find a B to an F sharp today. But we're going to take it a step further. We're going to build triads. Now, a couple more key pieces of information, and then we're going to move on to the B major scale. I'm going to teach you how to build triads and play them on the guitar. In fact, I'm going to show you what I do. Now, before we do that, if you look in the center of the circle, you're going to see all these pink ones. So A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp. Those are extremely important, and I want you to connect the dots that's the relative minor. It means it has all the same notes. It's, musical notes. And chords, they're in a family, which we're going to see in just a minute. So G sharp is a relative minor for B major. So if you look on the right, I wrote out the fancy name. I'll highlight in green here. Ionian is the fancy modal name for major, and Aeolian, if you hear these terms, don't fear, don't run away. G sharp is the relative minor. Aeolian is the minor, okay? Again, drop questions. So at the end of the day, I want you to know, I'm going to write in the center of the circle here. Just write things down to burn them in your brain. The 1 chord will be B, Roman numeral 1. We'll tie this in even further in just a minute. And F sharp is the 5th. So we're going to write B to F sharp equals a perfect 5th. And yes, I do use intervals. Sometimes you want to strip down a chord and use intervals. All right, here we go. This is going to be the fun part. That is kind of the, I don't want to use the word drab. This is just like the nuts and bolts, generic information, but it's good stuff. Okay, key of B, 5 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp. Relative minor is G sharp. Now let's glue it all together. This is the fun part, and then I'm going to do this on the guitar, and then you're going to do it on your instrument. Probably got a lot of guitar players in here, though. All right, so I want you to notice this down here on the left bottom. I wrote triad. I wrote equals 1, 3, 5. I wrote 1 in red. I wrote the 3 in blue, and I wrote the 5 in black. That's because when I make all my chord charts and other videos you see that I make, I always put the root note circled in red, the 3rd in blue, and the 5th in black, okay? Now, let's look at this. You see the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you see the Roman numerals. Some of them are in lowercase, some of them are in uppercase, and the ones that are minor are pink. So you want to learn that the 1 chord, let's do a little highlighting here. The 1 chord is major, hence black in uppercase. The 2 chord is minor. So in B major, C sharp is a minor chord. Okay, now we're talking about the chordal part, the harmonic structure of this. D sharp is a minor chord, that's the 3 chord. The 4 chord is E, the 5 chord is F sharp. The 6 chord, really important, there's your relative minor, G sharp, minor 7 flat 5, which you can use that creatively, but we're not going to go too deep on that because what we want to do is build some triads that we can use and are playing on our instrument. So here we go. I also want you to remember too, remember we went the 5th is from the 1 to the 5. See, it's just boom. And I said this in the last video, if you hear someone saying I want a 1, 4, 5 chord progression, well, you just got to know the 1 is B, the 4 is E, the 5 is F sharp. So let's do that. Now, here's the fun part, okay? You can take any major scale and do this, but let's just work on this scale, and then I'm going to hop on the guitar, we're going to wrap this up, and you're going to be connecting so many dots, your head's going to be a swirling, but you'll untie it, you'll put it into place, and it'll make sense for you. All right, so we're going to do a 1, 4, 5 chord progression. So if we do that, I'll just kind of highlight it. Let's just do red. We want to do the 1, the 4, and the 5. Now here's how you build a triad. It's really simple. Watch this, and it's so cool. I'm going to just circle it. I'll do it in gray here. We take B, because we want to build a 1. Then all you got to do is skip the next note in the scale and go to D. That'll be the 3. And then skip the next note, and you've got F sharp. So if you bring those down, the 1 chord would equal B, D sharp, and F sharp. Okay? So we want to build a 1, 4, 5 chord progression. So let's kind of let's just get rid of these circles. So if we want to build the 4 triad or an E major triad, we just do E, we skip F sharp, we just skip a note. And now when we skip the A sharp, we just go back to the beginning. So that means the 4 chord will equal E, G sharp, and B. That's a terrible sharp symbol. But you know why this is really super important and it's great? Just indirectly, you're learning how all the triads. And again, I'll link that playlist at the end. I like to think of it as like an encyclopedia triads. I'm going to do it for all the string sets. Now we want to build the 5 chord, so let's undo these circles. We go to the 5 chord. We're going to build that triad. Remember, triad is the root, 3rd, and 5th. We're going to go here. We're going to start on F sharp, and then we go A sharp, and then we skip a note. We go C sharp. So an F sharp major triad is going to equal F sharp, A sharp, and it's going to be C sharp. Can't write sharps very good today. Don't call it a hashtag. All right, here we go. Now let's just build at least one minor triad. Let's build the 6 because it's the relative minor. So if you want to throw that in, let's just put it down here. If we wanted to do the minor 6, write it a little like that. We would take we got to start on the 6, circle that, just skip a note, go back to the beginning, B, skip a note, and D. So how do you build a G minor triad? Well, I just did it for you. We got G, let's write it in pink because it's so pretty. G sharp, B, and D sharp. So you can see how to build triads out of the scale. Just start on a note, skip a note, circle the note, skip a note, and then you've got the 1, 3, 5. So you can start teaching yourself all this. So right there, just indirectly, what did we learn? Oh, we learned that a B major triad is B, D sharp, F sharp, right here. We learned that a E major triad is E, G sharp, B. When we built a F sharp major triad, it's F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. When we built a G sharp minor triad, it's G sharp, B, and D. So let's hop on the guitar and let's play this little chord progression, and then you can practice making some of your own. Just stick with the key of B today so that you can burn that in your brain. But again, going back to the beginning one more time, key of B, 5 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and then in the middle, B to F sharp is a perfect 5th. And just remember, you've got so many turns, intervals, chords, triads, scales, modes. You guys, it's all the same stuff. It's just how you're going to place it in your mind and connect it. So we're going to go connect the dots on the guitar. We'll wrap this up again. Hit that like button if this is helping you. I know tons of you are digging these Monday music theory videos. I'm not going to stop this. If you have any ideas or suggestions you want me to incorporate into it, throw them my way, okay? And I'll definitely respond back to you. All right, here we go. Let's hit the guitar now. All right, jellyfish, that was a lot to learn. Now, none of that means anything if we don't take it and use it to make music. Do we have to know this to play a guitar? No. I know tons of my friends don't know a lick of this stuff, but I love to learn as much as possible. Knowledge is power. So what I did show you is I showed you the B major scale, right? I showed you how to write it out. I showed you how to build triads. It was so simple. Just start on a note, circle it, skip, circle a note, skip the next note, circle. You made the triad. So we made the 1, 4, 5, 6 triads. You can make any triad you want out of there. You run with it. But let me show you one quick tip how to do it from the guitar, okay? So if you have the B major scale right here, okay? This is like guitar 101. So just real quick, if you don't know this, if you do, just practice it, run it with me. You don't do this stuff just once and never. You do this stuff for the rest of your life, okay? B, okay? The finger patterning is 2, 4 on the E string. See that? I'm referring to my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. So that's B, C sharp. Then on the A string, it's 1, 2, 4. That's the pattern. It's all patterns and shapes. So that's D sharp, E, F sharp. And then we've got 1, 3, 4 on the D string. 1, 3, 4. And that is G sharp, A sharp, B. Okay, so ba, 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 ba. Now if you wanted to build, let's just build the B. Let's build the B major triad out of the B major scale. So just like I did on the chart, whether you write it out on paper or you do it by playing, take the B, then you skip the next note in the scale. So we're gonna skip the C sharp, we go here, there's the 3, okay? Remember, a triad is the 1, 3, 5. We skip the 4 and go to the 5. So, ba, 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 there's a B major triad on the E, A strings. B, D sharp, F sharp, you can play a little bass line. Okay. Enough of that. So I said triads, right? Now check out the playlist. I'm going to link at the end. I'm going to do the Music Theory Monday playlist. Go watch all of those from day one. They're all going to link up. You're going to connect the dots. You'll be like, aha, 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 all kinds of aha moments. But the triad thing I'm linking at the end, I'm building out all the major and minor triads so you can move them to any key, and I made you charts. Enough on that. Check it out. So here, let's do B. Let's do a B major bar chord. But the triad we're gonna do today is right here. See this shape? Guys, I've done so many of these, okay? You've probably seen them or you will, okay? On the D, G, B string. So you see that shape? So there's B, D sharp, F sharp, okay? So then we're gonna do the 4 chord, which is E. I'm gonna go up here, E, G sharp, B. And say the notes, E, G sharp, B. Then we're gonna go to the 5 chord. I'm gonna do F sharp down to F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. That's a lot of sharps, okay? And then G sharp minor is G sharp, B, D. So how could we turn that into music? I would do something like this. Let's do like a little intro. I'm just running the chord progression. Okay, for those of you that are curious, you've got the G minor pentatonic, G sharp minor pentatonic right there. So you can run like a little lick in there. So let's try that again. 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord. Okay, now try this. To ramp it up even one more level, and then we'll wrap this up. Try the bar chord, right? That triad lives inside. This is where you gotta start connecting. You gotta see this stuff. You just gotta, okay? And you will. Stick with me. And then the bar chord, triad, bar chord, triad, bar chord, triad. And for those of you that don't know this, that G sharp minor triad, you are barring on the G and B string, okay? But the root is always coming off of the D. Just stick with me. I'm gonna show you all of this, but I want you to have the theory behind it, because the more efficient you are as a musician, the better musician you're gonna be. And trust me, you're gonna get into a situation sooner or later with someone that knows this stuff, and you know, they need to speak your language, but they're gonna wanna pull you up to their level. They're not gonna wanna come down to your level. And that's not a slight on anything or anybody, because we're just all in a different place and we're all learning. But I want to help you guys to understand some of this stuff, so you're gonna like have a thirst for knowledge. But seriously, it's super cool when you get it, because Then you can do things like, okay, I know the triads. I might play like a little bass line run outlining the chord that I did. Right? Okay, so little things like that. It's all about making music. I've rambled enough. This is a very long Music Theory Monday. Hit that like button if you're new. We'd love to keep you. You guys know the drill. Check out that triad playlist and the other Music Theory Monday videos. So I can't believe we've already done 6. I'm not going to stop. We'll see where we can take these things. Let's just have fun with it. Let's try and make music theory fun, which sounds almost impossible, but I bet we can do it. All right, you guys are amazing. Drop jellyfish in the comments if you made it this far. Drop your favorite sea creature. Just have a great day and just don't stop. See you in the next video. Peace.